Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we talk about all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss Bitcoin's mega pump. What a god candle we had this week. We're going to talk about some controversial Binance meme coin listings. I want to hear Easy's take on this for sure. And last of all, we're going to get deep into the meme coin trenches. We're going to talk about what moved, what plays we're making, and what to look for in the upcoming week. Signal, how you doing today? Across the pond, it's Veterans Day over here. I don't know if you're well or...
Yeah, same Veterans. Actually, I don't have my poppy on. It was on my other outfit today, but normally I'd be having my poppy. Veterans Day, but also I feel like it's Bitcoin Day as well. I'm not going to lie. It's been so much fun this past weekend. I had a bit of I don't know, even though we've all been got our bags positioned for so long, when it's finally happening, I'm just I feel like I need to do more. Like this weekend, I spent a lot of time positioning in myself in things which I think could be potentially interesting. And also, oh gosh, I was so happy I was using, because for some reason I signed into, the usual MetaMask, and then I signed into Rabby Wallet, and then Rabby was like, you have all this stuff hidden across different chains. I spent a lot of my Sunday just trying to figure out how to get hold of stuff that I'd put into liquidity pools. I don't know how many yonks ago, but yeah, it's great because that ETH was worth less than 2K 6 months ago, and now it's worth over 3. So I'm feeling chuffed, Ray. I'm feeling good. Can't wait to talk about Memecoin Monday and somebody who faded going to church is what I want to say, but we can talk about that later, Ray.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I may have to repent for my sins from last week. Yeah, I love Rabby Wallet. I popped that open, I think mid last week, because I did some ape chain action over the weekend, did a little top trader, and I looked into Rabby to figure out what I was going to push over there, and found a bunch of dust on blast that I was able to move over. Some random meme coins that pumped, some WETH in different wallets. It was nice to see. So that was pretty cool. Easy. We're gonna hear your takes on the meme coins.
CZ's a bum. Screw Binance.
But we're going to get into the weather report first. We're going to talk about all of that afterwards. I'm really excited to hear your pent-up energy. I missed your show this morning, so I'm pretty pumped to hear what you have to say about it, because I know you'd be especially upset with the news. But Sig, why don't we take it away with the weather report, and then we'll jump into the meat and potatoes of the show.
Yeah, absolutely, Ray. Let's get into it on Veterans Day on Monday, November the 11th. It's beautiful blue skies. Those majors are up on the day. You got Bitcoin at 81,900, Ethereum at 3,153, and Solana Cucurino at 216. The leading top 100 coin was Doge. We spoke about this last week. It has not stopped. It's up 17%. For a 42 billion market cap. Over the past 24 hours, top 3 stories. Well, firstly, it has to be about Bitcoin. It set an all-time new high of 82,500 and recorded the largest weekly candle of all time as it closed up 11.6K. Secondly, over on the NFT side of things, a video of OpenSea's upcoming OS2 showed hints that a retroactive airdrop could be coming for OpenSea users based on their previous volume. OS2 is due to launch in December. And then finally, Binance listed Peanut and ACT meme coins for spot trading, but there's controversy surrounding the ACT listing. Some people think it doesn't deserve to be there, as it was a 20 million market cap at the time of listing, and some other stuff that Easy is going to get into. But Ray, folks, that is all for the weather report. It is back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report, as always, Signal. Easy. Let's talk about this Binance listing.
CZ's a loser. Screw him. Screw Binance.
Give them context for people that don't know.
Screw the context.
No.
You listed a $20 million market cap piece of shit garbage. That's ChatGPT that I could have made with my pinky toe. And that's what they list. They don't give a shit. They don't care about us. You pay them $1 million, they'll list anything. I'm dropping tickers, dog.
We just gave him the context in the weather report, Clemente. We talked about that. Listing a $20 million market cap ticker for spot trading has to be a record. Has to be a record.
Kudos to Pump Fund for now getting 3 listings on Binance. Kudos to all the ACT bag holders for printing a 25X. Kudos to me getting liquidated on a 6-figure trade that literally went to fucking zero because Binance is a bunch of scamming criminals that led to the collapse of FTX and set back the entire industry 2+ years because they're pieces of garbage and CZ deserves jail time and should go back there.
I love to hear this rant. I'm happy I didn't short that, but I do think there's like it's an interesting like mechanic now in the market. Like Binance is just gonna list whatever their heart desires.
Whatever they want. Whoever gives them $1 million, they'll slap the Binance logo on it, give it perps, and send that shit 20x. Yeah, I lost money, Scooter. All right. Your boy lost like 60 grand. Okay. I was up like 6 figures and got liquidated when I woke up. Do you know how it feels to wake up 6 figures unrealized P&L to a zero in the account? The account actually says 98 cents so I have to now put $1 back into the account. Get it just to get it even.
Did did you wake up and you're like, oh, there's some kind of bug here? Like, did you like know it happened right away?
At 5:15 a.m. to 32 notifications that the price was pumping. It just kept giving me alerts that it was up 100%, 40 fucking times. I was like, what just happened? Go on Twitter at 5:15 in the morning, and I don't sleep. I was like, what the actual hell just happened? Start scrolling. I see a bunch of fucking, oh man, my ACT bags are up. Holy hell, this is great. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? No, there was no stop in place. I thought it would go to zero. It's garbage. All right? It's garbage. There's more value in the Costco $1.99 hot dog than that shit. All right? And that thing's not even made out of actual meat.
So easy. Let's step back from the rage for a second and personal bias. Do you think we're going to see like, is this like a complete insider play? Is this like a push towards like AI? Is it a push towards lower market cap listings? Like what, like using a rational like framework, what do you think like the trade is you can make off of like this new kind of paradigm that we could be getting into with Binance?
Basically buy anything that is sub 100. It's going to 500.
Buy loose pumped to 90 mil. I feel like this is a 5x.
Why would you not buy Frog at 500 mil? Frog feels like it's guaranteed $1 billion.
Yeah, I agree more with Frog over. Actually, I think both are good plays. But
like
Loose is already
one-way
pumped.
train to $1 billion. Loose maybe. If you get listed, you automatically go to 400 mil. That's the clear thing here. Right now, it's any listing that Binance does, you buy it. That Mudang pumped, now new all-time high. Goat broke $1 billion, even though it got listed at 840 million. You list a bunch of other random shit like. Dude, ACT getting a 25x off a Binance listing is insane. Like that's inherently, all bias aside, that's just showing you that if they list anything, you're good for a multiple X's buying the listing announcement. Like just buy the listing announcement. That's it.
How quickly did it run up to 300? Because I mean, I saw some tweets out there with like wallets that aped in like right beforehand. Like if you're following some of these wallets potentially, like could you like front run this, or like are you just immediately getting in after the listing?
I mean, if you look at the chart, where did the Binance listing happen? Where's the God? There it is. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, we can actually see Frank D. God bought multiple times here. So we do have it. Yeah, we do have it. He bought after the Binance listing. So you have a 5-minute candle that wicked it to 235. Slight sell-off. Candle closed at 175. So you had a 2x in it all day. It was 175. You bought the first 5-minute candle after listing. It went 2x.
Interesting. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, is this different though? Like, I have to imagine like this was, do you think it was paid Binance, or do you think Binance like just like saw this early, acquired a bunch of this, and then like,
so I don't think ACT was paid, because if you zoom out on that ACT chart, if you go to the 1-hour chart and scroll back, there's a huge red wick that happened on November 1st. Big red candle that went from 38 to 14 mil. And that was, one second, let's shut the sound off. That was when the dev sold. The dev sold and said that he was overwhelmed because he had a token go to 100 mil and got completely out.
Interesting.
And I was short the following like couple hours. So that's where I entered short at 25-ish mil on the repump. and then added more when it retested 30 mil on the 7th, and I've been short since and just got absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, because this essentially just was like down only, like little repump.
Yes.
And then we got all the way down to, what do we get down to? 19?
The low
19,
on
and then
that
got
16 mil.
Yeah.
So, well, the
And this-
crazier part too is like there's this guy Profiteer that I follow. He live streams a lot. Let me send this. So on his Twitter, he showed he sold 20 minutes before. He sold his full Moonbag stack, which was 800 SOL, 20 minutes before ACT got listed.
Share their screen.
I saw that. Absolutely wrecked.
Yeah,
I
he
saw a
left
tweet with
1.5 million on the table with this trade. You can see he sold it 20 minutes before the Binance listing.
Oh, is that Max Payne?
That is
yeah.
Max Payne.
That's
Oh.
Max Payne. He left 1.5 mil on the table.
It
Oh my
feels like
God.
being short in this market easy is just like not the thing.
I'll
be
never
doing.
short
And
anything ever again for the rest of my entire life.
I'm saying that
I'm
with
dead
like
serious. I will never
Harriet
short another
hindsight.
coin ever again for the rest of my entire life.
You were
For
so
the-
excited about the shorts
the
too. You were
next
like,
I
okay,
know.
40
you were
years,
cooking.
I will never short anything ever again. Ever. I will never short anything ever again.
Never again anything.
Ever.
What is that noise?
Dude, it's this guy. This
Probably
guy's
guys-
mashing his keyboard.
No, it's
Probably
like a
type-
beep. I don't know if it's coming from me or if it's coming from
Beep?
one of you guys.
Okay, do you have alerts on Neo?
Yeah.
Bottom
Yeah,
left
that's
corner,
what it
hit
is.
the alert tab and then turn off
Yeah.
the sound.
There you go.
It was happening to me
Ah.
yesterday. But
Yeah, I
I'm
was like,
never I
where's
will
this
never
coming from?
short
I have no
anything
idea.
ever again. Ever again. There's no
Yeah, these
you
wallets I'm
could show
following
me
are just like
you could tell
spam.
me that CZ is literally selling the BNB token and has to sell his entire stack, and that BNB is going to get delisted from every exchange, and that BNB will go to zero confirmed. And I will never short a meme coin, a ticker, a major. I will never short a cryptocurrency ever again for the rest of my life. Ever.
All right, we're gonna hold you by it. We're gonna hold you to that.
It doesn't matter. I will never short anything ever again.
Yeah, so a lot to unpack there. We're gonna dive deeper into meme coins a little bit later, but let's talk about this Bitcoin pump. New largest weekly candle ever, 11.6K. We closed above 80K for the week. We set a new all-time high this morning. Bitcoin is on the front page of Bloomberg today.
Oh, you know, it gets to the front page when it's doing good things. I already started having text messages from my friends who always like, when was it? I think Bitcoin was like at 75K. It was sometime last week. I started getting the text messages, just being like, hey, Sig, how you doing? And I'm like, when I get those text messages, I'm like, right, time to buy. I'm just weirdly very happy about Trump being elected here. And it feels like all he needs to do is not get assassinated between now and becoming president, and we're good.
I'm
We
gonna
just
be honest with you
ride this
guys.
gravy train. What?
Bitcoin's back at the headlines. I would short it here. We're going short.
I was gonna say, Easy, can you bring your chart back up that we drew last week? I want to see how accurate that one looks.
Yeah, let's share. Shout out to UIDX. So oddly enough, the squiggly lines are short here.
Oh no.
So we're going long.
So what is this here? The right and the
That's an
left?
order book. So on the
Yeah.
right, this is live orders coming in, people buying and selling, which is what dictates the price. So this is actually the soul chart we're looking at here. If we go over to the corn's just way up.
Oh
The
my
corn is
God.
just
The
up.
Corn
Beautiful.
broke
The corn
through
is
the
just
lines.
up, dude. It just keeps going up.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean the next target is 90K. Like truthfully on the fibs, 90K.
Do you
And then
think?
we got 110.
Do you think easy? Like, I think this week will be the best week ever for the ETFs, for the Bitcoin ETF. That's
last
my
week
bet.
was the best week the ETFs had.
Yeah,
And this week
I-
it's going to do the same shit.
Yeah, I think this week's going to beat last week's again. If that happens, easy, where do you think that takes us by the end of this week?
90K. We'll get to
90K?
that fib. What I think is funny though is Sol is up. Let's see here. So Bitcoin up 2.5%, Doge up 15%, Sol up 4.5%, ETH down 1.5%.
Yeah, but ETH's a lagger. Just give ETH time. Like, I know, like I feel like ETH's just like the slow kid at the back of the gym class that just gets picked on and gets balls thrown at his face all the time. But that kid will recover and will transform and have the six pack. I feel like you just got to give ETH a bit of time. It's a real lagger, but where's it going to be in 6 months from now? I don't think it's going to have that kind of performance. It's the only other cryptocurrency with an ETF. It is pretty much impossible for it to have that lackluster performance for the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on, truthfully. I do think that your comparison to calling ETH the slow kid in the back of the room who eventually gets a six-pack is fair.
In the gym. She's saying
in the
gym, like in American high school, there's always that kid. There's always that kid in physical sports that's getting the balls thrown at them because they're just so useless and they're not fast enough to dodge the balls. That's what ETH is. That's what ETH is. But it will turn around.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, this chart is fascinating. Doge at 28K. Like this Doge looks like it just got listed on Binance.
Insane.
Like that's a chart. That is a beauty.
And why do you think this is happening? This is just is this a sign of retail coming back? Where they're just buying
Probably.
Doge?
I mean, Doge is like, dude. So we had some people over Sunday, and the only thing they mentioned was Dogecoin. They just mentioned Dogecoin.
So we had people who aren't in crypto at all over to Easy's house.
Hold up.
They were like, we were talking about crypto, and they were like, "Oh, you guys are in crypto? Oh, hey, should I buy Dogecoin? Should I buy Dogecoin? Oh, hey, should I buy GameStop? Should I buy GameStop?" And they were just like, and I just turned to Easy, and I was like, "Dude, we're going so much higher. They're going so much higher." They're like, "Oh, what crypto should I buy? Dogecoin?"
I actually think it's a really good indicator. Even if you're not piling into Doge, it just shows you how much further we got to go. And this is just this for me, like, this is the time to be risk on. It just feels like you can go so hard into this. Another thing is like, I'm always the one being like, don't go further down the risk curve. There's no need to. I'm like, yeah, babe, I'm going to push you down that black slope and we're taking all the risks that we can. Like, this is the time for me to go into like good NFTs, like good, however you classify good. Because that, even though ordinals are starting to see a bit of resurgence now, we've also got other NFTs and other chains which potentially have not pumped yet. And I think as this goes on and as we can continue to see Bitcoin pumping, ETH eventually doing it, Solana continuing, Doge doing well, other meme coins doing well off the back of the potential Binance listings, eventually NFTs will have to catch some wind and they're going to have to accelerate more and more. Yeah, no. Easy. Let me finish before you start shaking your head. I'm not saying go into any of them as if it was 2021. I'm saying go into the obvious ones which will catch a wave this cycle. But obviously they are the most volatile right now. But this just feels like the most long only environment ever. And we're going to have this time. I don't know how long for. I don't know if this stops post inauguration, before the end of the year. I have no idea, but it just feels like risk on, long everything, go as far down as the curve you want.
I bought an ETH NFT over the weekend.
Oh, did you? Which one?
I bought an ETH NFT. I bought a Terraform.
A Terraform?
Ah, the art ones. Interesting.
Yeah, I bought a Terraform. So my thought is OpenSea 2.0, farming, 0% royalties. One of the main farm collections that gets hit in terms of these games. Also, OpenSea partnered with Art Blocks to do more art-focused curation and launching. So I'm thinking that art might catch a bid with the OpenSea 2.0. So just a speculative bid there. These are pretty much stable coins trading between like half an ETH and an ETH. Like historically, it's one collection that I've just been following, old OG collection. But I just figured I'd take a low risk gamble on OpenSea 2.0 coming out next month and these catching a little bit of a bid. But was excited about it. This is a project I minted way back when, sold, but getting back in now.
Didn't these go to like 5 ETH, right? At one point,
I think they got to like
cycle?
like maybe 3 or 4. They might have touched 5. I can bring them up, and suppose I can bring up an OpenSea to get it.
So does OpenSea's OS2 retroactive token and everything that's coming in December, are we interested in what they're proposing here? Like, are we going to be putting our time into NFTs, or is this a big like nothing burger and we don't like OpenSea continues? Like,
couldn't care less.
The picket.
Yeah, I'm not going to farm it. Like I might like trade it. Like this is like a trade based on the farmers, if that makes sense. So like what are the farmers going to buy? Where would the volume be? I'm not going to actively try to farm token by potentially losing money. Yeah, it looks like we did get close to like 3 or 4 ETH on these way back when. The retroactive rewards, I don't know how much it will be, but I mean, like I'm just going to floor that. I think I don't think OpenSea has a future in the NFT market. I don't think that they can compete with Blur or Magic Eden or Tensor for that matter. And I don't think that they're going to reclaim the market share that they once had. So I'm not super interested in the airdrop from like buying it. But I mean, if they're going to reward me for the like hundreds of thousands of dollars of volume I've done on their platform, like I'll take it and I'll sell it and
I'll take a
walk away
contrary
happy.
position. I like OpenSea. I think they have an app. They've had an app for so long, and that's the best app for NFTs. I think they have market share with retail as far as previous NFT owners that maybe left, and if they come back, they are going to use OpenSea. I don't know as far as a farming airdrop if it is worth if it's worth pursuing, but I don't hate it. Call me crazy. I kind of like it.
Well, my OpenSea bag just got cut in half. Thanks for that, Clemente. Other NFT news, looking at the Solana side, Mad Lads reflipped Retardios. Who could have seen that coming? I could have. Mad Lads last week in the top dog. We had another top dog resolution already hit with will Bitcoin cross 80K this week. We hit that like almost immediately afterwards. So market's pumping. Mad Lads and Retardios continue to flip flop. Call me crazy here, but I think the Mad Lads just like outruns Retardios this cycle. I think it happens. I think everyone's like consensus, like Retardios are running away. They're going to be like head and shoulders the Solana NFT at this point, but it hasn't happened. I trust the market, and like if this were to happen, like why are people not loading up here at 30 SOL on these?
My problem with Retardio cousins and the entire ecosystem is it feels pretty spread. Like if there's not just one, like with Mad Lads, there's one NFT collection, right? With the Retardio and this entire culture, there's Miladies, there's Remilio babies, there's Retardio, there's Based Angels, and then you have the tokens on top of it. Like the argument I've seen a lot of people doing with Memecoin NFTs is like, why would you not just put 30 SOL into Retardio token? Is that a better play? So that's a little bit of the problem that's kept me from like wanting to get a Retardio cousin here.
Did you just buy that on my screen?
Was Easy yelling from across the room?
Yeah, Easy's just.
Oh no, one of the smart wallets. Track. I thought Clemente just bought something here. I was like, what the fuck did he just buy?
He clicked no buttons. He might have clicked one button. But the counter to that, Clemente, could be that these run because the community keeps getting rewarded for future meme coin allocations. So these could run much harder than the actual meme coin because it's not like it's a 404 or anything close to that, right? So I feel like potentially if it's a long only risk on environment, if this community decides, okay, we're just going to keep rewarding NFT holders with future meme coin allocations, then these run really hard, much harder than the token.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I own Retardio token. I think that's just a much better buy than the cousins. I think that this is like maybe like towards like end of cycle, you start looking at things like this, like people flex a Retardio cousin after they've made like crazy gains on the token. But that takes like so much timing that it's just very tough to do that. Being on Tensor like reminded me this morning, I saw this. It's kind of a switch of topics. But Richard from Tensor shared his Saga wallet and the $7,400 worth of tokens that he holds there. He bought the Saga phone for $500 and got all that airdrop. I'm looking at the Saga too. Like full disclosure, I signed up for one. I like pre-ordered the Saga too, but like this bull market, like the timing with that phone potentially has me pretty excited about like what we could see because A, meme coins are like the hottest thing right now. B, like they seem to have some sort of in with the Solana ecosystem and like major meme coins that launch. So I'm pretty excited to see like
context though, real quick, like that Gito Soul he has staked is from NFTs he was airdropped and sold as well.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
so like
it was some timing, it wasn't just like he got $7,000. Like token wise, it was probably closer to like $1,500.
You can see it. You can see it because you got Bonk at like 700, Jupiter at like 240, and then 200. So yeah, it was significantly more from the Gito. Yeah, token.
I think like you could have sold Wen earlier. Like you probably didn't sell any of that Wen. That Wen was probably worth much more closer to the airdrop. I think there were a couple other tokens that were airdropped as well that he might have sold that were part of that. I just need to double check. But yeah, a lot of that's probably like the Saga monkeys and some of those other NFTs. But yeah, like crazy the return you get on a phone. I remember people were buying these phones off eBay for like thousands of dollars after Marcus MKHB reviewed them and called them like the worst phone of all time. It's just really funny how things work in the NFT cycle. Sorry for that tangent. I just thought about that when we were talking about Tensor, something I saw this morning. Let's look at meme coins. Like, let's do a little deep dive into meme coins here. We saw the total meme coin market cap hit a 3-year high over the weekend. Everything's pumping, led by, obviously led by Doge, just like absolutely smoking everything else this week, up to over $40 billion market cap. We saw the Solana NFT, the Solana meme coin market cap cross 15 billion. Doge, like I said, gained 30% on Sunday alone. It flipped XRP, crossed the $40 billion market cap. We talked about Peanut and ACT meme coins a little bit. So we've seen like a lot of action over this weekend. And the trenches like seemed hot this weekend. I don't know how much trading you guys did over there, but there was still action, and it was just on a lot of random things that like ran to $40-50 million market cap. Like some stuff was old, some stuff was new. Were you guys trading it all over the weekend? And if so, like what were you jumping in and out of?
Clemente printed me a 17x yesterday.
Oh shit.
Dude, I'm feeling good.
He's been hot. The kid's been hot.
Yeah, I sold another 50x too early over the weekend. It was a Poem AI thing. And then we got in on that one last night. There's a lot of things that are migrating right now. And things are pumping pretty hard on the pump fund trenches. I'm not really too into the like 10 plus million market cap. I don't know how to play those yet. I've been strictly like trying to learn the 5K to migration play. And that's been really interesting, but it's been like, this crime one was insane. I missed this. You got it at 1.2 mil on crime for this ZZ.
Yeah. So I sent this to the Bodogas, I think the whales chat this morning at 1.2 when I got in. I sold some at 2x and almost got to my 3x. But this one seemed like pretty interesting. Launched 7 hours ago.
Interesting. That's a good one. Yeah, the trenches feel hot right now, but it is also hard. Like putting your soul, you can easily just soul, and soul's at $200 now. So in order for tokens to migrate now, I think it takes 90K for bond. Yeah, 90K market cap for it to bond. So yeah, but overall, trenches, it's the same thing as before. Trenches are hot. It's just about knowing how to play it, and if you don't know, you're just gonna get smoked because a lot of these guys are next level with how they maneuver. So, but yeah, trenches are feeling good right now, right? I was surprised to see. I mean, meme coins in general. Can you pull up?
What was your 50x?
The 50x was. Let me pull it up. Do you remember what it was called, Easy?
I can check. Give me 1 sec.
I'm trying to go to my.
It was Trench AI.
Oh, Trench AI. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So it was an AI bot that supposedly, dude, the website's really good. Like, yeah, so you can tell people don't like it anymore, but the website was really good, which made me get in pretty early.
Show your buys and sells, maybe?
Nah, I'm not leaking the wallet. Go to the website. Yeah, so this website's fun. When you actually get in, it has like its whole personality and sentience and all this other shit. I was like, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this. Like, this is fun. Now click the screen. There you go. And then it takes you to a dashboard. And when I saw something like this, I was like, oh, so there's a little bit of thought and care put into this. And supposedly this thing was going to be trading. Right now it shows its active positions of Sol and 21% Bonk. So it does hold Sol and Bonk. It tweets. It has status about how euphoric it is. It's market sentiment, which right now is the moon. It's a moon boy. But yeah, I was like, okay, this is fun. So it just looks like someone put a little bit more care into the generic ACT chat GPT bullshit that Binance lists. So hopefully this gets listed. It's right around the price that Binance likes it, like 4K with like 6K liquidity. So yeah, Binance will probably list this and send it to $600 million for no reason at all.
Yeah, I like this. And like the thing is, like this kind of thing isn't too hard to spin up with people who just like want to put a little bit of effort in. It's funny how you could do something like this, spin it up, and then get a coin to run to 1.2 million just based on the effort alone. Like I don't know if there was like a ball behind this or what.
Yeah, Ray, you got any ideas? Let's launch a ticker right now. I'll pay for the Binance listing. If it's only
the thing is, like, you need to come up with the idea and You got to build the website first. And you need, I guess, you need an artist. Well, this is all AI art here.
Dude, you don't need an artist. You don't even need a website nowadays. You just need $1 million to list it on Binance. That's it. Who cares about the market cap? We could do it.
All right, so we'll take you for the seed easy. You'll pay the $1 million seed.
Yep. I expect
Then
50% of the coin. I'll give 20% to Binance too. Just a butter.
We give you the coin and we say you're gonna burn it, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, but then I just dump it.
Yeah.
I just dump it. Just like Binance.
Clemente, how are you identifying these runners such as Trench?
So I've switched. So I have two kind of. So there's really three coins I look at. I just go on Pump Vision. Right, you can go on Pump Vision real quick. So I just go on the left for new creations. Ray has different filters than I do, but I basically just scan this. Okay, yeah, Ray's has 0 filters on.
Yeah, I just roll dog the left side.
Yeah, so I turn on filters. So Dev holds max of 5.5%. I like more than 8 holders, and then give 6K or more.
Liquidity?
So liquidity is
volume?
6,000. 6,000.
Liquidity or market cap?
Liquidity. So that narrows it down a lot. And then that gives me a little bit more of good stuff. And then when I find I basically just scan this and look for a good ticker, the left side, or if you can unclick the left thing that you have there we go. So yeah, I'm just looking here and then I just click in and I basically look for volume. So if there's volume or more than 20 holders, sub 20K market cap, I'll take a flyer on it. Like Rot, this one seems to be a cook. I'm going to get it on this one. So yeah, I just look at random things that basically have volume, and then I have my sell orders turned on for most of them. And then there's the about to graduate. I usually look for things that are migrating. And then if it has more than 200 holders pre-migration, I am watching it to see if it, like this one, for example, FC. I also like to get in post-migration. So post-migration, I look at sometimes there's a lot of snipers that get in early and just dump super hard post-migration. And if you can get in at 40, 50K and there's still a lot of volume, usually that's a good play. So I look for post-migration holder count going up while price is going down. And then I try to catch a little 4 or 5 minute swing trade. And then that's pretty much it.
And then how long are you what's your exit on these? Are you looking for just a 2x in your head or are you looking at other indicators for when you want to exit?
Usually what I've been doing is I have auto sell set up. So when it pumps 50% or when it pumps, when I'm up 2x, I sell 50%. When I'm up another 50%, I sell 25%. And then I usually let the rest ride free, but that's held me from being out on some bigger gains. But yeah, that's usually how I play it. But that's the harder for me is knowing when to sell, because that's a psychological battle.
No, I like it. It sounds like a new fresh Clemente. You were not doing this last cycle, Clemente. It's good to see you in profits this time.
I've been trying to learn the last month, trying to learn the trench trading. It feels easy when you first get into it, but it's pretty hard. But I think it can be relatively profitable if you know how to do it. So I've been trying to learn. I've lost $1,000 since I got started, to be honest. But I've recently been having some more luck. Yesterday, I caught 3 runners that went to over $1 million. I caught them at 30K.
He did really well yesterday. I'll give him I'm not gonna no sugarcoat. He did really well yesterday.
When you're catching these at 30K, are you looking at this middle chart and scrolling, or how are you catching the 30Ks? Or are they new creations that you
only the left side?
Only the left side. Yeah, the left side. Usually, if it's a strong one, it'll migrate within the first 2 minutes.
Right.
And you got to just get in, because every second counts for.
And Clemente, have you seen, because you said you've been doing this for you said last month or so, have you seen much of a change in terms of the amount of successful coins on the new creation that are getting to graduation now? Sorry, that are getting to about to graduate?
On new creations that are getting to seeing more?
Yeah, basically going from the left to the middle, because right now we're in this more risk on environment as Bitcoin is pumping. So are you seeing more coins are more successful right now, but versus when you were doing it 3 weeks ago?
No, well, usually what happens is the more risk on people get, the more tokens launch. So usually it's the same. Like the more demand there is for shitcoins, the more supply and the more launches that there are. It just is back and forth. But like yesterday, there were way more migrations because there were more people launching and more trench participants, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. It sounds good. Like I struggle to do the trenches just simply because of like more of a time factor, and I like to be able to just like sleep without thinking about my meme coins. I remember I was so
Yeah.
last week when I gave my thesis for Luce, I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to buy this. I'm actually going to buy one of my hypotheticals, and over the weekend it dipped to like 45 million. So I got in at 20, I want to say 25-ish. And then over the weekend, over that week, it pumped really hard and it dipped down to 45. And I have to say, it was bothering me at night. I was like, okay, this is the end. This is the round trip that I said I wasn't going to do. And then a couple of catalyst events obviously moved Luce in more of a positive direction. But whilst you don't like the 10 million range, I really like this sort of like 5 million upwards range because I find it easier to do a little bit of basic chart analysis on it just to see what the holders are like, what the liquidity is like, be able to do all the bubble mapping, which has moved on quite significantly from the stage that you're at. And even though it's harder to like break certain levels 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I think in this environment, like you can straddle trenches or straddle the more established meme coins and still get a good run. So I'll be asking you what do you think is going to happen?
The thing that's cool about like meme coin trading I've learned is like you just have to find your trading style. Ray, I'll share my screen real quick. Like this one, for example, this one was a post migration play that I got into. It like dipped. I wasn't watching. You literally need to be watching this because it'll change within the minute. But like I saw that this migrated, right? And holder count was at 200. And then this to 40K, but the holder count got up to the high 300. So it gained 100 holders. So I bought here. I had an auto sell set up like here. If you look at my total position, I'm almost riding this thing for free now. And I'm up like 40%. Well, now it might dump, right? So it's about setting rules for yourself and then following those rules. But I've also been like getting destroyed on recent plays. Like I got in on this. I'll show you guys this one. Like I got clapped on this one. I was trying to trade during the show and I bought this thing. I tried to do the same strategy. And like, if you're not actively watching these swings and it doesn't hit my sell orders, you can easily this is just straight vaporware. So yeah. And Signal, I close out all of my positions before I like stop.
You don't leave a moon bag at all?
No, maybe, but like the chances of these things running and still being alive more than 24 hours later is so low. Like there's maybe one every day, two. So I just try to like get out when I can, or else you literally see this. Like the one that ran to over 1 million yesterday, literally is at 18K. So it's like basically you're stepping into an arena with 1,000 other people, 2,000 other people. Everyone puts their soul in, and it's about taking as much of that soul as possible. And there's days where I'll go in and I'll like go in there for like 30 minutes and I'll make 2 or 3 soul. And other days like this morning, I've lost like 2 or 3 soul. And it's about right now, I'm just focusing on getting better and like basically breaking even and trying to learn my own strategy. But like for you, it's probably better to find, like I was talking to OSF and Mando last week. Their strategy is completely different. They're doing what you do. They're trying to size in. They don't have time to the trenches all day. They look at things over 5 million plus, but sub 50 mil and something that's new or some sort of new narrative they can cling on to. That's how they found PEPE. That's how they found WIF. They recently got into Mudang and GOAT, actually. And they've been holding those. But like you can put in size into those a month and probably outperform what I'm here, because like what I'm doing here, I miss half the time. And if I size into the wrong things, I'm smoked.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that like whichever style you're doing, you do the one that suits you with the time that you have in the day and the night if you're easy trading 24 hours. But also it's like what we're riding is that we're riding a risk on environment. And as long as that is still there and Bitcoin is doing, is like trotting along and doing nice things, then it's just really about identifying the right meme coins. As soon as I see any indicators that that might be slowing down or going away, like I'm out. And that's one of the riskiest things that we kind of have to bear in mind when we are at this cycle. There's like all of this is just frothy because like macro in the background is doing well. And yet, no, I do like narratives because the things, well, apart from ACT that, you know, Easy will say, I like narratives because narratives is stuff is that gets you to Binance and that gets you to the big listings and that gets you people buying in later. Like even if you don't understand the narrative of Doge, people are buying into Doge for the fact that it's, well, for many different things. But I just like narratives because there's a story and there's a reason to hold it. And the time in a day that I have, I can't really afford to be going into the trenches. Otherwise, stuff in my life doesn't happen. But but apart from that, look, I'm really liking this time. I personally, here's my hope, and here's how I think it's you know, it's going to play out. As long as Trump gets to become president, I think we ride this euphoria into the end of the rest of the year. Then when Trump comes into power, this is when we're going to start to see his policies coming into place. So I do think we have another 4 to 5, 6 months of basically market go up, plus absurd, weird, new things that we have not thought about that come around every January. Every January, there's something new that runs. And that will take us to around March. After March, I have no idea what's going to happen. But I think a lot of this will ride just on the macro. But I'm happy to be in this cycle for the next 6 months. And then we see. It's fun. It's good times, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. We did all of like aubergine season. We got through like the most boring stories of summer. All of us, we turned up every single day. We got here. I am just euphoric that we are finally at a good time in the market.
That's why we show up every day. And, you know, those days are the best days to be buying, to be, you know, harvesting rewards right now. We saw Coinbase open above 300, first time since November 2021, 13% up on the open. This chart is just gappy right here.
I know. And you know what? They did their buyback not long ago. Like I'm talking in the last 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, maybe I should buy some Coinbase stock back then. And then I didn't for whatever reason. But it's okay because I have the best performing stock of the year, the #1 MicroStrategy. And I don't know if you saw the news, but Michael Saylor, oh my goodness, when that guy goes all in, he goes all in. There was some news that came out that he just bought, I don't want to say, I can't remember how much it is, but he just bought a ton of more Bitcoin right now. So MicroStrategy is just doing beautifully, but also Coinbase. PO has been saying this. Coinbase will be one of the good ones. We kept talking about, should we buy Coinbase or should you buy Nvidia? That was one of the conversations we had very early in the year. PO always leant towards Coinbase. And do you remember when we were laughing at Robinhood and we were like, PO, ha, 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 Robinhood, why did you get Robinhood? I feel like PO's thesis is going to play out here, and Robinhood could potentially just catch that back of the wave. Crypto earnings, money coming in. It's going to be nice. So yeah.
I mean, all equities are ripping right now, but crypto is outperforming with MicroStrategy and Coinbase both up big on the day. I think the markets just really are pricing in the Trump presidency and that he will be able to, you know, make strides positively for everybody in terms of price. But we also have the rate cuts to factor in. I'm interested to see like what your thoughts are, Easy, on like total stock market, like SPY. Like, I know we're bullish crypto over this cycle. Is like the stock market going to run along with it, or like what are your thoughts here?
I think it all runs. That's a big thing, is like election data, all stuff that's coming in, financial data right now. It should all run in parallel. Risk on run. If we do end up getting some government savings with the whole like Department of Government Efficiency, then we should also get like the dollar rallying too. So like the dollar showing strength here, even with cuts, because I think a lot of people are trying to price saving on government spending. Very interesting.
This looks like we might have one of the highest like ever SPY daily or weekly candles as well, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I don't think it's gonna stop. To be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the macro stuff, but we're going to dive right back into the super niche, super risky, risk-on assets. We're going to talk about Memecoin Monday. The crew absolutely dominated Memecoin Monday last week. We had Signal taking down the lead with her pick of Loose. Loose outperformed everything on the week. Big play for
Is that
Loose.
the second week in a row?
No, the week before, I think oh no, it is my second week in a row. Yeah, it's my second week in a row. And it's all thanks to Ray fading Luch. She's like, I don't get it. I don't think religion pumps. And I was like, yeah, watch this. And Luce just came back with a vengeance. And now because of ACT and Peanut, the rumor mill is working, and the speculation is in that it could get a Binance listing. So Luce was my winner because I was so surprised that Giga, I mean, this could be a nice little accumulation phase for Giga, but it has sort of not done what I thought it was going to do. And then Clemente's Fart Coin, which I have to say, between Clemente and Bachelor Society, who's been pushing Fart Coin in the comments for weeks now, I keep seeing him just put Fart Coin. That's it. That came close. That came close to Luce, but I won in the end. So it's all good. Yeah, it was a fun week. It was a really fun week.
Yeah. Farcoin absolutely on fire. Continues its run just like straight up over the last 7 days or even longer. Essentially just keeps 151 on.
Dude, this feels like a buy still, honestly.
It feels like Binance listing is inbound.
Farcoin to $1 bill.
Yeah, I mean, Binance sends this probably higher than 400, I imagine. And they are into AI. That would pull headlines too. Like, I think that's like an interesting angle. Like the mainstream media picking up an angle like traders make millions on fart coin.
Everyone farts.
Spewed out of an AI coin that's sitting at a almost $1 billion market cap at this point.
Everyone farts, right?
Memecoin Monday. Yeah, everything was green. The only things that lost a little bit, like Signal was saying, Giga lost like $5, 5%. Easy's 47 play lost 90%, as all political coins just went right down the tubes after the election. Who could have saw that coming? I could. I got talked out of it by Easy. But you're gonna do what you're gonna do. Big winners from Easy though in Earl and BUU. Earl, he's been cooking with the Bodoggos Discord for the whales. I think we were in this since like what, 5K or 5 mil?
8 mil.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's absolutely been cooking. I think it continues to cook. I'm in there. Love that play. Just a bunch of safe picks for me. High market cap stuff didn't move, but we'll move on to this week. We'll get everybody's picks. Is anybody ready to go, or do I have to lead things?
I'm ready.
All right, Easy. Give me your picks for this week.
Give me Kobe, Glorp, and Stan.
Kobe, Glorp, Stan. Just going right off the sheet. Love it. Love to see where your head's at. Signal, what do you got?
I've got 2. I just need one more. Can you go to Clemente? Just need one more.
I can go to Clemente.
Actually, no, I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. I'm gonna go Giga, Whiff, and Kobe.
Giga, Whiff, and Kobe for Signal. We got OX Fetty saying Popcat, Michi, and Whiff. Just going cats down, or I guess pets down the line, cats and dogs. A little cat and dog portfolio. Clemente, what do you got?
I'm coin.
What do you say?
Fart coin.
Fart.
Okay.
Fart.
Like you to boot it. That's crazy. Epic Duck.
Epic Duck.
Got it.
And
Kabooty.
No, definitely not Kabooty.
Oh.
I'm gonna go for the last one. Give me $1 billion cat.
Rune?
Yes.
The Rune?
Yes.
Sir.
All right. Clemente going with one of his runes. I'm going to take a rune too. I'm going with you. I'm going Satoshi Nakamoto. Rune. Oldie but goodie. Going to continue to pump my bags with that one. I think it's due. Bitcoin all-time high. Let's see some action come back into runes. I think that's one that could potentially pump. I liked Signal's play with Giga. I'm going Giga as well. And my third pick, I'm going to take Flog. Flog's going to continue to pump. Let's see a Flog Binance listing and send this thing straight to a bill. So we have everyone's picks in for today. We've got myself with Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin Rune, Giga, and Flog. We got Easy with Kobe, Glorp, and Stan. We got Signal with Giga Whiff and Kobe. Clemente with Fartcoin, Epic, and the $1 billion cat Rune. Solid portfolio for the week. Let's see if we can all come out in the green again. Looks like we have some good picks here. Speaking of runes and ordinals, I briefly jumped into like looking at some of that, but we did see ordinals run over the last 24 hours. We've seen action along all the top collections. Puppets are leading the way, up 28%, widening that gap over node monkeys, which are sitting at a 0.143 Bitcoin floor. But green across the board, you know, based angels up 21%. Clemente was talking about them earlier, the miladies of Bitcoin, the actual ones, not the puppets, as Clemente is famously quoted saying. We got the Bitcoin frogs up 10%, Gizmo up 17%. Seeing a lot of action on ordinals. Do we think that ordinals and runes catch a bid here faster than ETH and Solana NFTs? Or do you think that this is just a flash in the pan?
Runes are catching a bid more than ordinals right now. Runes are, I mean, if you look at this chart on this rate, it's pretty wild.
Which one are we looking at?
Just runes in the 7-day. It's pretty insane how much they're pumping. There's just so many less meme coins to pick from on coin that the volume going into it, and they're so illiquid that going into it seems to be pretty solid for at least the top ones. But yeah, you look outside the top like 8 is just straight garbage. I like runes. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is the last opportunity in the market that seems to be out like slept on still by the majority of crypto Twitter. So I own Gizmo and $1 billion cat, I think are good plays. Are kind of my two ways to get exposure to this. But Ordinals, I don't own any yet. I feel like we still have a little bit of time before we get any sort of NFT season. At least from my opinion, I just look at them as like luxury assets right now. And I can't imagine a world where people are feeling that rich yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know we have the Magic Eden token launch 7 days from today. I believe November 18th is when that's slated. I believe that's when that's slated.
Is that November? Is that?
It might be. Maybe that's when they're like releasing tokenomics.
I think that's tokenomics.
Yeah, tokenomics. Sorry, just trying to get a little info out of Easy here by spreading false info. Tokenomics on the 18th. Tokenomics on the 18th, and that could include like what their plans are with the token in terms of like how it's going to be used across the ecosystem. Because from what I've seen, it looks like very interesting to see like it's going to be used potentially to buy assets, or potentially like boost like purchasing. I don't know. Just looking at some of the tweets, it just makes me think that it's going to tie into the ecosystems, and Bitcoin is their like main ecosystem in terms of like market share, where they hold like basically the lion's share. So I'm looking at Bitcoin maybe catching a bid on the Magic Eden token. Also, my second thought on runes and Bitcoin is that like we're gonna get these are going to be listed on an exchange at some point. Like, what would you Easy? I think you probably have the least biased opinion on this. What would you put like a percentage chance on like runes being listed on an exchange in the next 6 months?
2%,
really?
Maybe. Really? I think there's a 0% chance, a 0%, maybe below 0% chance runes get listed basically anytime soon.
Okay, that's fair. And the same thing with like BRC20, just anything on Bitcoin,
all that stuff. Like if I'm gonna bet on one to get listed, it would be a pups or something like that is also on Sol. That's it. Like, yeah, well, I don't know. I agree.
It only takes one rune to get listed.
Blade made a good comment. Runes had better odds than ACT before this morning. Agreed. ACT getting listed though, runes are out the window. They're gonna list the coin that's literally called shitcoin at an $8.9 million market cap before they list runes. There's launching that right now? It's already live. Shitcoin's been live. I found one today that I think Binance is interested in. Hot Tub Monkey Live. They just live streamed this Hot Tub Monkey. It's got a 4K market cap with $4 in liquidity. I think Binance would really thrive listing this fucking garbage. But yeah, they'll list that before the rune. Personally, it's supply, it's ease of buying. OKX has listed a bunch of them, and I think Binance isn't dumb and they just watch the volume from there. before they like decide, yeah, I'm gonna list this. Like that's the thing. You also have Leonidas heavily fudding exchanges, which like Binance doesn't play. Like they're good. Like and that's the thing. Like I think the biggest slight to them getting dunked on by big runes leaders would be listing one that like none of them are in. Like what if they listed Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman, because he loves it.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk, and I'm glad that like you're like cooling off my opinion, but like the thought is like if one gets listed, then everything catches a bid at that point, just because it's possible. But if you're saying 2% chance, you're saying like, hey, it's not going to happen. Not in the next 6 months. We're in some trouble. I'm going to listen and maybe cool off my bullishness on Rune's future. I haven't been really adding to the bag. I'm just like sitting in where I'm at. Like I'd rather just sit on Bitcoin right now. But it definitely has my interest in something that I'm looking at like daily, looking at prices there and trying to see if there is a an entry point or a thesis on what could cause it to run.
I would say just as the last point, Clemente was saying like runes, there's still some time on there. I would say the gaming tokens haven't run yet. So
Agreed.
that's something that if you know some wholesome tokens which you are interested in, I'd be looking at those charts and just being like, what is undervalued right now? Because their time will come. This is just a question of the market just will keep moving down the risk curve, and gaming isn't on the list yet. I think it could be quite interesting to look at that.
Yeah, I think gaming infrastructure is interesting. Individual gaming tokens though are tough for me because like if the game hasn't broken through already, like it's tough to imagine a world where that game like then breaks through. If you know what I'm saying, that makes sense. So like gaming infrastructure makes a ton of sense. Like I guess you'd be looking at like what AVAX, IMX, things like that, where like
Ronin, that kind of stuff.
Ronin, yeah. But like individual gaming tokens are tough.
I don't think we're there yet. No. Yeah, I don't think I think we're gonna have a mega run for the individuals to just have that kind of pump that we're all looking for. But I like the infrastructure plays, Ray. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking at as well.
Easy. You still bullish on picks and shovels, Raydium, Jupe, etc. Are you in JLP at all anymore?
No, I moved all of it to Ray.
Just all to Ray.
Yeah, I'm like heavily over allocated on Raydium, which is now $5.50, which we like.
Wow! And you thought it's gonna? Did you say 20? Easy.
$20.
You think there's still even with the run it's had so far, Ray is still a 4x off.
Yep.
Possible. And was $20 the all-time high, or was that breaking the all-time high?
Breaking all-time high. All-time high is 18, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like wildly confident in this too. Like Pump Fund now getting listed on Binance. Why would you not buy the only pool that funnels it? Like to get that supply, Raydium eats. Raydium continues to buy back tokens on fees generated. Like I don't know. The more I think about this, the more I'm like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Like everything about it to me is like that's why I was so bullish at like $1.80 and $2 and all the way up, and I'm still bullish now for another 3.5, 4x.
I like that one. I like Raydium as a play. I think about
the basics of it. Like every pump fund goes to Raydium. Like that's it. That's what seeds all the liquidity pools. Everyone's trading pump funds right now.
If that was to change, Easy, which other platform could it go to? And would this kill your entire Raydium thesis?
It would go to Meteora. When Meteora launches the Meteor token, I'll also buy the shit out of that.
Okay.
Like, I'll also buy the shit out of that immediately. Like, that's the big thing for me. It's like, but why would both not succeed? Because unless Meteora continues to gain traction, that's what Moonshot uses, which is Dex Screener's version of Pump Fund. Like Ebrink just said, Ray until Met launches, which is the Meteor token. Why would Ray stop? Like that's what I look at. Like why would it stop unless Moonshot volume increases? As long as Pump Fund volume continues to surge, they're already hard coded into Raydium protocol. So it's like, don't overthink it. That's like what I look at. I'm like, I'm not gonna overthink this trade at all. Go to $20. And we have a 20x on size on a legit token that's not vaporware.
Yeah, I like it, Easy. I like it. You've been you've been eerily right about a lot of these things that you like, but it's just, I mean, they're slow burners. They're slow burners. Like
They're not
Solana.
meme coins. They're not
No,
going
they're
to
not meme
fucking 200 mil overnight. This is where I rotate my meme coin profits. Like that's my plays are like, I would rather buy those types of things. JLP instead of USDC for me as well. Like if I go stables, I go to JLP because downside risk is lower. And in an up only market, we don't fight the uptrend. So until that breaks, I'm going to rotate into a basket of aggregation there. Someone said Raydium over Jupiter right now. Yes, Raydium over Jupiter right now because of unlocks too. Jupiter has a massive airdrop coming in January. Like I'm not buying Jupe here because everyone's getting rewarded again, just like they did last January and will for the next 3 more years. Like everything right now just points to me for Raydium to be one of, if not top 3 utility tokens on Sol, purely because of Pump Fund. Like Pump Fund brought that coin back from the dead because they used their pools.
I like it. I'm going to follow it. You've been talking about Doge for the last 12 months. You've been talking about Solana for the last 3 years. I like your Raydium play. It feels late.
I get a tingle for. Yeah, it's a low risk trade. Like if it goes back to $3, that will be back at 180, and I'll just buy more. Like that's how I look at this. Is like in a bull market, this goes much higher, like much higher, and that's it. Like that's tokens. Like for Sol to 5x here, it has to be $1,000. For Ray to 5x here, it has to be $25, which is significantly more attainable.
Okay.
I'm going to 5X right now with a little bit of a new game that we're just going to play on the fly that I thought of. It's going to be an over or under. I'm just going to go down this token list, and then we're going to talk about bull market highs. Is it going to be over or under $1 billion? So we'll start with coins underneath. Is Mew going to be over $1 billion in a bull run?
What do you mean by bull run?
During this 6-month bull run, are we going to hit, we're assuming that everything's going to be going crazy and meme coins are going to continue to run. I want to figure out the point on this list of meme coins where we stop thinking these coins are going to be over $1 billion.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna say
Mew.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going yes. Goat.
Yes.
Not coin. The Ton meme coin.
Yes.
Mog.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
I don't know what Baby Doge is. I think that's a scam. Meme from the meme ecosystem.
Yes.
SPX 6900.
Yes.
Yes.
Giga.
Yes.
Pepe Coin.
Yes.
Yes.
Turbo.
Yes.
Yes.
All go to the moon.
Yes. ACT. Yes.
Peanut. I skipped
Yes.
that pretty easy. Mudang.
Yes.
Apu.
Yep.
Ticker Bitcoin.
Another one.
Degen.
Yep.
Retardio.
Add it to the list.
Doge. DOGE.
Higher.
Fartcoin.
Yup. You bet. Ray, short nothing ever again for the rest of your life. Everything
Loose.
will only go up to
Yes.
the right. Yup.
Loose over $1
Christian
billion.
churches forever, baby.
All right, we're just being way bullish right now. We're thinking Loose is gonna over 10x from here in this bull run.
Loose is going to 100 billion, Ray. Over a 20-year
Mother.
timeline.
Mother.
100 billion.
Mother.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
No.
Okay,
I'm going to say
right.
no.
I say no. Easy's being
Facetious.
yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
looking down at around the 500 coins, like the top 500 coins aren't gonna 100x or
You know
10x.
what? I still think Maga is an interesting one to hold whilst Donald is in power. Not because I think there's going to be a significant political pump like we've had previously. I think it's going to come off the back of stuff that he does as a meme during his presidency. There's just going to be funny stuff that he does because he does this all the time, and I think it's an interesting swing trade. Obviously, you can't predict those things, but if you can get in at a good price on this one, I think it's just an interesting one to hold. I would not have said that if Harris was in. I would not have said that for her though.
I don't want to sound morbid, but it's the absolute best hedge on an assassination as well.
Okay.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
was very PO. That was very PO, right?
I don't want to sound too morbid, but yeah, I mean, you got to imagine markets overall crash, but if there is something that would happen to him, this would be a coin that would pump.
Wait. I don't understand that thesis. If something was to happen to him, the coin would pump.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
You
I
don't
don't
think
agree
it's
with that.
Trump going to pump if
Everything,
you got
everything
his
Trump related, his trading cards, it's over.
No,
Yeah, they go to $1 billion.
no, I don't think it pumps.
It really sounds like he's planning something. No, I'm not planning something. I'm just thinking through all future events and like how you can potentially hedge or make your bets in a way that could save your bags a little bit. All right, so we covered a lot today. We covered meme coin trenches. We covered Bitcoin. We played a little meme coin Monday. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about before we wrap today's show?
Yeah, I got one comment.
Yep.
CZ, I want to fight you in karate combat. Loser gets to list a meme, or winner gets to list a meme coin under 5K market cap on Binance.
Absolutely love that. I would love to see CZ in karate combat. I would love to see you versus CZ in karate combat.
I don't even care if I lose. I just want one hit for ACT. Just one. I don't knock me out cold. I just need one good one. That's it. That's it. I'll be content.
You're gonna be training. You're gonna be training for your fight, and you're gonna just have like the ACT ticker up on the heavy
That's
bag.
it. Yep.
You're just gonna be going nuts on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just beating the shit out of it. Speed bag flow. But that's it. How are you feeling
I
today?
love that. CZ versus Easy.
Easy. I was just googling if he has a martial arts background, and he does. So I'd love to see that fight.
Yeah, and he was talking about doing 1,000 push-ups a day. I guess he had a little bit of time on his hands over the last couple of months. He was talking about how he did these push-ups, like how he regimented it and like broke them down. It's pretty interesting.
He's 5'6".
No, that's Czech. We're from the Czech Republic.
The average height of people in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, Czech Republic. How tall is CZ? Trying to find that. He has 5 children. That's a lot of dad strength.
Yeah, and just came out of jail.
Dude, you know he's cranking out push-ups in jail.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, what the fuck else do you do in there?
All right, folks, that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for joining. You can catch this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. Watch us on YouTube. See what we're sharing. Check out all of our plays live. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day.